Canto 7. Pape Satan, Alepe. So Plutos chopped out with his clucking voice, and that most gracious sage, aware of all, strengthened my heart. Though he has power enough, let your fears never lead you to dismay. He won't prevent our going down this bluff. Then he turned back to face those blood-puffed lips and said, "Shut up, you cursed wolf of hell. Swallow your rage and let it gnaw your guts. His passage to the hollows has its cause. It is willed from on high, whence Michael brought vengeance against the arrogant revolt. As in a fresh breeze, when a ship's mast snaps, the sails once puffed and stretched fall in a heap, so did that cruel beast drop to the earth. So we descended into the fourth purse, taking more of that sad embankment which bags all the evil of the universe. Justice of God, who else but you crams in all of the strange new toils and pains I saw? And why are we so laid to waste in sin? As at Charybdis, when two sea waves wheel head-on and smash over the whirlpool, so the people in this ring must dance their reel. I saw far more than I had elsewhere seen. Howling on one side, howling on the other, popping their chests to roll enormous weights. They slammed their stones together front to front, then straight off each side turned about and yelled, "Why do you fritter? Why the fists so tight?" So in the dismal circle they went round, on either hand to the point opposite, bellowing out their poetry of shame. And when they'd gotten halfway round the ring, they turned around to have another joust. And I said, for my heart was nearly pierced, "My teacher, show me who these people are, and let me know if they are all ordained. Those on our left with hair clipped like a clerk's." And he to me, "In the first life, each soul you see here was so cross-eyed in his mind, he held no measure when he saved or spent. Their voices yap that judgment loud enough when they come to the 2 points of the ring, where their opposing vices split them off. Those whose heads have no cap of hair to crop were all clerks, even popes and cardinals, whom avarice browbeats, bullying to the top." "Teacher," said I, "among this mob of such, I'll wager I can recognize a few who got their fingers dirty in this sin." And he, "Forget it, it's an empty thought. The nothing-knowing life that made them foul dims them beyond all recognition now." They will butt head to head forevermore. From the tomb these will rise, with their fists shut, and these with half the hair ripped from their scalps, ill-giving and ill-keeping, snatching from them the lovely world, and set them in this brawl. I will not prettify it by my words. Now you can see, my son, how short a jest are the good things assigned to fortune's care, for which the human race squabble and squall. For all the gold that lies beneath the moon, and all that has, could never give a moment of rest to one of these exhausted souls. "My teacher," I said then, "tell me this too. What is that fortune you have touched upon, that holds the world's goods in so fierce a clutch?" And he, Oh, you are simpletons indeed. How deep the ignorance that injures you. I'll give you the bare truth, that you may feed. He whose transcendent wisdom passes all fashion, the heavens, and gave each sphere a guide, that every part might shine to every part, distributing the splendor equally. Similarly, for things that shine on earth, he chose a general minister and guide to scramble now and then the empty goods, from race to race, from one blood to another, past all defense man's shrewdness might devise. And so this nation rises to command, and that one drops, just as her judgment please, as hidden as a serpent in the grass. Your wisdom cannot duel hers. She sees ahead, she judges, and she follows through in her realm as the other heavenly powers. In theirs, her many changes know no truce. She must go swiftly by necessity. So many men step up to take their turn. She is the one so cursed and crucified by the same people who should give her praise, slanderously accusing her of wrong. But she is blessed, and she does not hear. With all the other creatures fashioned first, she dwells in gladness, and she turns her sphere. Let us descend to greater misery now, for every star is sinking which had climbed when I set out. We must not stay too long. We cut the circle to the other bank, passing a spring that boiled and bubbled over into a trench that led the stream away. Dark was that water, of a purplish black, and we companions of its murky waves walk down below along its cursed track. It follows into a swamp whose name is Styx, this gloomy little brook descending to the bottom of the gray malignant slope. And I, who gazed intently as I stood, saw people in that slough, all slimed with mud, stripped naked, and their faces torn with rage. They thumped each other not with hands alone, but with the head, the chest, the feet, the teeth, snapping to rip each other limb from limb. Son, my good teacher said, now you may see the souls of those whom wrath has overcome, and you should take it for a certainty that under water here are souls who sigh and make the river bubble to the top, as you may see wherever you turn your eye. Stuck in the mire, they say, sullen, we were up in the sweet air, gladdened by the sun, bearing a sluggish smoke within our hearts. Now we are sullen in this black bog here. Such is the hymn they gargle in the throat. They cannot get the words out whole and clear. So in a wide arc we walked around that pool, between the dry slope and the rotten squelch, eyes turned upon the souls who gulped down mud. To the foot of a tower at last we came. End of Canto 7.